God loves a cheerful giver. Put your money where your mouth is. It is better to give than receive. Charity begins at home. Charity is love in action. Give till it hurts. Seems that there are lots of helpful sayings about giving. I learned to give from my grandmother. If you talk to me for any length of time, you know that everything I learned about God, I learned from my grandmother. Every Sunday morning before church, my grandmother gave me my little purse and gave me money for the collection plate. It wasn't a lot of money, but it was enough to buy candy from the corner store. I asked her once if I could just keep the money. She turned to me and said simply, "That's not your money, that's God's." Sometimes the most important lessons are the simplest. Give and it will be given to you. For the measure you give will be the measure you get back. It can be hard to believe those words. You can, and I have, spent time trying to figure out how that works. Through what sort of creative accounting my giving comes back to me, and I end up with a net zero or net gain, net loss. The dangers of being a bit too literal. Then I stopped worrying about it. It's not important what I get in return. I give because I can. I give because it's important. I give because I should. I'm going to admit something that I shouldn't admit in public, but that has never stopped me, so why start now? The first time I got a pledge letter from St. Peter's, my first thought was, oh no, now they want my money. But I realized that being asked for money was less about the church and God and more about me. There's the inevitable fear that there won't be enough. Enough for monthly expenses, enough for my retirement, enough for my need to buy obscene amounts of yarn for my knitting habit. But St. Peter's had become home. It was a place that I loved, and the church does not run on love alone. And despite all of my grousing to the contrary, I'm blessed in many ways, and it's only fair to give those blessings back. And I have, and the world hasn't ended, and I know that the money goes to help the church, big C or little c, further God's mission. And it's money I love parting with. But sometimes it's easier to give our money than our time and our talent. We write a check and we only have to think and worry about what needs to be done and the time it takes us to write that check. We give our money so that someone else can do the work. Time can be more valuable than money. With time, you have to give of yourself. And as with money, there can be the feeling that there just isn't enough. There's also the fear that I can't do enough. I can't feed the homeless every night of the week. I can't tutor kids every week. I can't volunteer for every cause that's important to me. So since I can't do everything, I do nothing. Many hands make light work. Really and truly, every little bit helps. And as with many things, just because I can't see that truth doesn't mean it's not true. And we can all serve in big ways and small. Every one of us has a talent. Singing, organizing, cooking, cleaning, hospitality, financial understanding, God bless you. Your talents that are mundane to you are extraordinary when given as a gift. This stewardship season, the theme has been dreaming dreams and bringing blessings. We've all been called to think about our dreams for St. Peter's and perhaps the church at large. We've spent the past few months thinking about what we want St. Peter's to be, where we want St. Peter's to go, who we as St. Peter's want to be. This theme has a special draw for me. Opportunities like this always remind me, make no little plans. They have no magic to stir men's blood. It reminds me to dream big. If I'm going to fail, fail spectacularly. Let my failure be a light in the world. Show others what won't work, so perhaps they can do something differently and succeed. But there's always the hobgoblin of doubt, the naysayers. It can't be done, there isn't enough money, people won't be willing to give of their time. But dreams start somewhere. They start with you and me, giving our treasure to fund new programs or expand existing ones, giving our time to organize, lending our talents to move things along. Failing is only failing if you don't learn anything from it. We may not accomplish all of our goals, but we may get some. But here's the thought. We can also succeed. Our goals and dreams can be such that we reach them. If it's important to us, us will work for it. Perhaps due to my southern roots, I have an overwhelming need to feed people. Hunger disturbs me and I want to stop it. So I work with our feeding ministries. I make sandwiches, I cook for the crib, I volunteer programs that raise money to keep these programs going. Again, I do it because I have to, because eliminating hunger is important to me. So I find the time. I perfect my ham and cheese sandwich making abilities. I get to keep those programs going. But on the opposite side of the naysayers, there's the voice that asks, how can I do more? Well, I don't have an answer just yet. That big dream hasn't come to me. I know that I want to work for it and towards it. What's your big dream? Feeding more people? Increasing the number of people who come and enjoy our beautiful liturgy? What are you willing to give your time, talent, and treasure for? Yes, giving can hurt. Standing out on Chicago streets in winter can be cold and achy, but it's a pain I'm willing to endure because it's something I care deeply about. And you get the gift back, not monetarily, but in an even more important way, with a smile and a thank you from someone you offered a meal to. A thank you for something you felt you had to do anyway and would have done without a single thank you. A human connection, the need to feed and be fed, is what giving is all about. Several of us have shared our dreams in videos and on cards. Let's continue to dream and dream big. Let's give of ourselves, our time, our talent, our treasure to bring those dreams to reality. I'd like to share a prayer from Sir Francis Drake. Disturb us, Lord, when we are too pleased with ourselves, when our dreams have come true because we have dreamed too little, when we have arrived safely because we sailed too close to the shore. Disturb us, Lord, when with the abundance of things we possess, we have lost our thirst for the waters of life. Having fallen in love with life, we have ceased to dream of eternity, and in our effort to build a new earth, we've allowed our vision of the new heaven to dim. Disturb us, Lord, to dare more boldly, to venture on wilder seas where the storm will show your mastery. Where losing sight of land, we shall find the stars. We ask you to push back the horizons of our hope and to push us in the future in strength, courage, hope, and love. This we ask in the name of our captain, who is Jesus Christ.